Over the last 5 days, I surfed 15 and a half hours and paddled over 43 miles down here in Chile on one of the craziest marathon surf benders that I've ever been on, and I figured I'd talk about some of the things that have helped me survive that and stay on top of it while doing my best to stay injury-free. Dude, I'm honestly so tired right now that I don't know if I could film the rest of this. I've talked about some of these before, but I think I wanted to talk a little bit more about the fuel. When it comes to surfing sessions like this, it's really important to not only get enough carbohydrates and get enough substance of food in you, but it's also important to focus on protein. I ended up eating a lot of steak. I don't really have any of that out because I don't have any more, to help me reach my protein goal and make sure that I was getting some of the micronutrients. I've been eating things like avocados and bananas because they are high in potassium. Avocados have a significantly higher potassium profile than bananas do, which is really cool. I've been using salt-based electrolytes with salt, magnesium, and potassium, all to help you stay hydrated as much as possible. You get a lot of your electrolytes from your food, but having a good supplement like this can make the difference between you being able to surf for a long time and getting cramps and having to get out. Creatine is another incredible tool for helping with cognitive health, helping with recovery, helping your muscles function. It's incredible. It's the most studied supplement ever. Magnesium and potassium, this can complement the electrolytes extremely well because the electrolytes have salt, magnesium, and potassium in them. This is good because when you're going through these high stress, high tense situations, surfing really big waves, like when I'm out at Punta de Lobos, you're gonna be depleting your body of a bunch of different minerals. So it's important that you supplement at least a little bit of that because, to be honest, my diet has not been perfect this entire time, and it probably won't be for the rest of the trip because I've been surfing so much. I only have a few days left, so I'm gonna do what I can to eat well and just eat a lot of food. And then on top of that, one of the things that I really like that actually makes a big difference is this Omni One. I've been using this pretty much every day for the last few months since I signed on with them. It is a true top tier, high quality supplement. It is not cheap, but it gets you a lot, if not most, of the nutrients that you would need that you cannot get in like a standard diet. So it can fill in a lot of holes in one supplement that I usually mix in with my protein shake because it doesn't taste incredible, but it's not like, you know, an atrocious flavor or anything like that. The cornerstone of most of this is Nescafe, just instant coffee. I love coffee, that's pretty much the only reason why. Coffee actually ends up like dehydrating you a little bit. Like I think every cup of coffee is about a 400 milligram of sodium loss that your body takes to like process it. But I enjoy it, gives me a little bit of boost, it just brings me more comfort. And on days when it's big and scary, I'm seeking more comfort because that will make the biggest difference in my head. And when I've been surfing, I've been sampling the Honey Stinger Energy Chews. It's the same ones that I use when I'm doing my long runs while I'm training for this 100-mile ultra marathon. And I find that this actually made a pretty substantial difference, particularly because I was paddling so much, again, like 43 miles over the last like 5 days, which is an insane stat to think about. That's further than paddling from Molokai to Oahu. Like I did that race and like my body honestly feels like it did when I finished that race. These are kind of the general things. It's not supposed to be anything super spectacular. We're gonna go surfing right now. I got word that it's pretty fun. A couple friends from California, Jack Snyder, who's soon to be a Mavericks legend, just got into town for the swells for the next few days, and I'm gonna go cruise and chill, probably come back here for sunset and just try and relax, man. Like I said, I'm exhausted, but it's beautiful and sunny and I can't help but not surf, or I can't help but surf. I think that's a little better. Something's going on. Look, it's like whenever the wind is like side shore, it's actually kind of cross shore on the inside. It's so clean and pretty. This is what we like to call a no-fall zone. Look at this. I tell you what, it's a lot easier than with a gun, that's for sure. You know, this is the first time I've actually gotten cold since I've been here surfing, because I literally sat for the last 45 minutes and all I did was float. I just floated down the point. I just wanted to relax, like soak it all in, look at the cliffs, look at the water, check it out. But this is like a whole beach scene down here. They got surf schools, they got drinks, they got parking, they got everything down here. It's beautiful. Officially move on a sunny Saturday afternoon. But yeah, this wall dropped a lot. It's really wind swelly, so it's not really focusing on the reef at all. And yeah, I just got a couple okay waves, and I'm gonna go chill for a bit and then watch the sunset. It's funny, I came here and I wanted nothing more than to just get a bunch of really sick cinematic shots, but I've been surfing so much that I realized I haven't done any of that. So I'm gonna try to get a little bit so I can put something together. I tend to write about the places that I go, and then I like to make little cinematic pieces. But I have one more day where it's sunny, and then if not, I'm just gonna have to make a plan next time to make sure that I get it. What are you doing?
I have to call Jack's parent and tell him that we're staying.
Hey, come here.
Now be like, Rocky, I kidnapped your son.
Hey, buddy.
He's not coming back.
I don't know what happened to this clip. I can't remember if I might not have even pressed record. I was really tired. But essentially, after a long day and a beautiful sunset, I was walking on the beach, and a handful of the local chargers around here were having a barbecue on this house, at this house on the beach. And I didn't really know them, but they invited me in, and like it made me feel like a part of like their crew, which was pretty epic. And like that's kind of like the beauty of surfing and traveling solo, I think, is that you oftentimes end up in places like that, and people are much more welcoming, and it's easier to bring people around, especially if you're by yourself. And they were super nice, and they were having a barbecue, and they fed me, and you know, they were asking questions, and you know, it's like I like couldn't help but just sit there in awe of like, oh my gosh, like wow, like these are the people who like I've watched surf this wave for so many years. And then later after that, I had to leave a little bit early because I went to dinner with one of the local shapers here, and this other guy, Chacha Ibarra, who is one of the gnarliest surfers to come out of Chile. Incredibly kind, super fired up. He kept telling me how he was like turning 50, and I was just like, no bro, like you're still like 12 years old at heart. Like you have this energy, you have this like young kid energy that's like amazing, and that's what I want. And he won the Big Wave Paddle Award for his wave 2 years ago at Punta de Lobos during the contest. It was a bomb, an absolute bomb. Super inspiring, cool to hang around those guys. Like, they're absolute legends. And yeah, thank you for watching. We're excited for what's to come over the next few days.